state who could still shake up the primaries. Rick Perry's advisors are doing the research right now, putting together information to help the Texas governor decide whether the momentum and, perhaps more importantly, the money are there to make his run for the White House a reality. Richard Fowler is a Democratic strategist, and Sherry Jacobus is a Republican strategist and the columnist for The Hill. Thanks to both of you for joining us.
Thanks for having me.
Richard, I want to start with you. So the Christian right leaders want Rick Perry to throw his hat, maybe the 10-gallon hat, I really haven't seen fashion pictures of him lately, into the ring. He's planning an all-day Christian prayer event in August. He has the potential to raise a lot of money. So who do you think is the bigger threat to Obama? Perry, who comes from a big state like Texas, or Romney, who is really out in front on the economy?
Well, I don't think either are a big threat to Romney. When it comes to Rick Perry throwing his Christian prayer fest, I'm just not really sure what that's going to do for him. At the end of the day, the budget of Texas is still sort of, taking on water. And, he might be a good fundraiser, but I'm not sure if he's going to have the capabilities to mount a campaign that could first compete with Mitt Romney and also compete with Michelle Bachmann, as well as compete with President Obama in November of 2012.
Sherry, who do you like?
I do like Perry. I like Bachmann. I like Romney. I think this would be bad news for Pawlenty, but I think your top tier would certainly be Romney, Bachmann, and Perry, and all three are very bad news for President Obama.
Why Perry?
Well, Perry's good because since 2009, 37% of all the new jobs created nationwide have been in the state of Texas. So that's pretty darn good. He's got a very good record. In terms of the Christian leaders liking him, that certainly helps him. But my sense, and this is just my opinion, is that the Christian conservative vote could very easily be split amongst several candidates in the field, the top three, in fact, which is a good thing. I think people care about the economy, obviously, for moral reasons, for family reasons, but people want jobs. They want everybody to be able to work and support their families. So there's something about Perry that can appeal to Christian conservatives, to independents, Tea Partiers, and Democrats, particularly those that want jobs, and that's the big issue. It's the real uniting issue, and Perry can be very strong on that. Yeah. That's why a Rick Perry candidacy would be horrific for Barack Obama.
I disagree here, though. At the end of the day, when it comes down to it, I just don't think Perry's right for the Republican ticket. I think he's going to have a hard time convincing rank-and-file Republicans to join him. And, since he's been governor, we've seen even though people say that they're creating a lot of jobs in Texas, to what avail? He's made tons and tons of cuts. He's cut education by 30%. And, the only reason why the Texas economy is still afloat is because of President Obama's stimulus dollars. So let's just face the fact.
Yeah, those stimulus dollars are not creating jobs in this country. We don't have all those shovel-ready projects. There's a lot of people standing in line waiting for these jobs that the president promised, and I don't think that you've got more than 14 million unemployed Americans are going to go to the polls next fall, or in the fall of 2012, and pull the lever for a president who's failed to create jobs that they so desperately need. So they may like Obama personally, but that's just not going to happen.
Well, Sherry, Perry is waging a big battle on the border. There are more agents. There are more drones, more high-tech cameras than ever before, yet the illegal flow of people and the drug problem is worse than ever. This can come back to haunt him in a presidential run, can it?
Well, unless things start turning around, I think the fact that there's an effort being made where in the past many people feel that there has not been enough of an effort made on the border, that can certainly help him. So if he's sort of trending in the right direction, that's going to help him a lot. But people do want results. But if he's got results on jobs and he's got results on budgets and he can start getting results along the border, and you've got a large segment of the Christian right that like him, and he's going to be good for independents and some Democrats, you might be looking at the next president. But I think at a minimum he definitely goes in the top tier and can give Romney and Bachmann a run for their money. They all have a lot of strength, so I'd be pretty happy with that as our first tier.
Richard, final word.
Well, she talks about Governor Perry's work on the budget, and he really hasn't done any work on the budget. The budget is basically taken underwater if it wasn't for the stimulus dollars. And on top of that, under President Obama, we've seen 240 million jobs created. And at the end of the day, I don't think any candidate in the GOP field will face the challenge to the president. I can't wait to see the president's fundraising numbers to show that the president really does have momentum behind him that will take him into 2012 and take him to another term.
Great. Richard, Sherry, thank you so much for joining us. Both.
Thanks for having me.
All right. Hope you had a nice holiday, too. Up next, countdown to liftoff. NASA gets ready to send its final shuttle into space on Friday. What does that mean for the future